Hello, this is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. Welcome. This presentation, I'm going to talk about the Buffalo turnkey property for the inventory for January 2019. So, without further ado, let's begin. Before we can go over the spreadsheet, I would like to highlight the three properties from this current January listings. And although since Although there are many great deals on this spreadsheet, I'm going to highlight only three just to direct your attention. And these three properties are just simply amazing. But before I begin, let's set the expectation, okay? For those of you who wish to create very high cash flow for your whatever, retirement income, this is the place to go. Yeah. Of all the years I've been doing turnkey investing, for my investors all these years, I never seen a market like Buffalo, New York, which is we have the highest returns. And let me tell you how. Okay, why? All right, the three properties I want to highlight is one of them is a duplex, which is the third one. The first two is a triplex, threeplex. Okay, so feel free to just click on the link. You will see the detailed pro forma, if you will, right on the links. You know the format. And here's the address. This first triplex, which is available right now. For the time being, we don't know when this will be sold in the next few days or whatever. These three properties, but suffice to say, let me just give you some high level numbers here. And the expectation, by the way, is although a lot of these properties in the Midwest market and Buffalo market as well, these are very old properties, but they are 80 years old approximately. However, as long as they're very livable, they are in great condition. All these properties has been rehabbed according to standards, and they are already rented, and so they're ready to go, right? And also the vacancy rate in Buffalo in the past is very low, less than 5%, and we have no reason to believe that the vacancy rate gonna be any higher moving forward. Although nobody have a crystal ball, so these numbers are truly amazing. But anyway, to give you one sample, this triplex located at 414 16th Street, Niagara Falls, list price is 57,000, and the gross monthly rent is 1350, which is mind-boggling. Rent to price ratio is 2.4%, and a capitalization rate is a whopping 20%. And a cash on cash return, look at this, 50% cash on cash return with financing, 25% down payment. With that financing, your monthly net cash flow is $716. And of course, times 12 months, this annual net cash flow is $8,592. If you click on the pro forma, you will see, right, that I already factor in the 5% vacancy factor and the 5% maintenance factor. So that should take care of all the contingencies and repairs and what have you. So, right. For those of you in the future, if you were to purchase in this kind of Midwest market in Buffalo, for example, again, the kind of repairs and vacancies, like I said, already factor in. So it creates a very buffer. The safety buffer is such that the initial numbers look so extremely attractive, right? So so this is a good just a projection, but we feel these projections are very realistic moving forward into the future for the investors that want to achieve buy and hold cash flow income for a long time to come, even on this kind of old property. So in terms of appreciation, we don't know. We have to expect very little appreciation in this kind of Midwest market, but the cash flow rental income, the net rental income itself, as standalone, is extremely attractive. The second property, actually, what did I do? Oh, okay. The second property is right here, 608 18th Street, Niagara Falls, New York. This is also a triplex, pre-lease, of course, all rehab, ready to go. Maybe not ready to go But if they're not ready to go currently, they will be in the next few weeks until all the minor rehabs is done. But this price is 68,000 list price, and the monthly rent on these three sides are $1,375. Give you a rent to value ratio of 2%, which is amazing. Cap rate of 16.3%. Wow, cash and cash return 38%, and the monthly net cash flow 640, and annual cash flow is $70,676. And finally, the duplex, 22 Corintha Street in Buffalo, New York. This duplex is 48,000, rent for 1,000, 2.1%. Rent to value ratio, cap rate 14.5, cash on cash return 30% on financing, 25% down. Monthly net cash flow 3380. Annual net cash flow is 4561. So this is mind-boggling return, to say the least. But of course, if you click on the each of the pro forma, I have took the liberty of doing that for you. If I click on preview, that's even better. Let me show you the preview. That's a better situation. But nevertheless, yeah, of course, again, you can click on your pro forma. So let's go over the spreadsheet, okay? Let's go over this January 2019 spreadsheet. And again, not gonna spend too much time on it, but I'll give you some highlights, okay? And this first category, this portfolio is like is a personal portfolio of Keith Kanazi, the owner and founder of Buffalo Turnkey Properties, and this is not on an MLS. Is off market, but anyway, let me give you some heads up. Some of you already know what I'm talking about, but many of you still need to understand how I do my presentation with the Buffalo market. So when you have to look at the address of each property. The status is important for you to review. Ready means they're ready to go, tenant already in place. The rehab has already been done. If you go across, you see a sales price, you see the monthly taxes, the monthly rent. And then, of course, all the way to the right side, you will see the gross ROI, return on investment. This is pretty much the cap rate, which is a very crucial number. And any comments, it is what they are, right? So ready means they're ready to go. DBI means duplex, and so forth and so on, right? And then if it is contract, well, somebody already is under contract on this particular unit. Ready, that means. And then, of course, future means they are going through various stages of rehab. They're available, a few weeks down the road. But if you find this particular quote unquote future property to your liking, you can always reserve the unit and pay $1,000 deposit to reserve this particular unit, even though they are not in a ready status per se. But many investors have done that. All right. So whenever a property are ready, they're ready to go. Future, they are ready to go in a few weeks. Once the remaining minor rehab has been accomplished. Okay, and let me see what else. So future. Some of these numbers, once again, is mind-boggling. Let me highlight a couple of them for you. Maybe not. Okay, you do it yourself. You see the returns, right? ROIs is just most of them in double digit, which is amazing. Now, I want to just mention one thing here. Some of these property under the Buffalo category, they do not have a rental status under H rent. They are zero because they're for sale only for homeowners, the owner occupied type of buyers. They're not for investors. Whenever you see homeowner sale, they are not for investors like us. Okay, they are for local buyers for owner occupied property. So let's ignore that portion under that category, homeowner sale. All right. So other than that, so yeah, look at some of these numbers. Gross monthly rent, purchase price, monthly taxes, insurance, whatever, the addresses, all the property. You can check on the Zillow on some of these addresses if you want. And let me scroll through. All these returns are pretty amazing. 16%, 15%, 14%. You know, $64,000 property rent for 963, $78,000 property rent for 1355. So all these properties are all good. So right on a lower price property like 37K, 50K, although they can be financeable, yeah, you can do all cash purchase or use your self-direct IRA to purchase all cash, okay, as well. And Niagara Falls across the way also have a even higher cash flows, but the location is not as good in Buffalo, slightly less desirable, but nevertheless they are good properties. So the price is very very low. Again, the rent is extremely high. So just pick and choose, right? Do your remaining due diligence. As you can see, all these returns is mind-boggling. 19%, 15%, 16% return. This is you're not going to find this kind of return anywhere, any other real estate market in the country, for that matter. So when you have a 19% return on investment, you buy a property for 47,500, you get a rent of 950. Now that's pretty amazing. Okay, so as you can see, some are under contract, some are ready to go, some are future, what have you. And toward the bottom of the Niagara Falls category, you will see some very low price property. They are C minus neighborhood. They are very, a good blue collar neighborhood. They are not ghettos. They are not high crime, whatever. Not necessarily. All right. So don't make those kind of assumptions because you do not know what you do not know. So all these properties are in good areas. Let me give it just a one sample. A $43,000 property rented for 900. This is a perfect for all cash purchase or all IRA purchases or rehab, but the renters are already in place. So much great inventory listing here, right? So on the one hand, you have a lot of inventories with our Buffalo turnkey provider. On the other hand, these inventories goes very very quick, right? Because they have investors from all over the country and all over the world pulling the trigger on this great monthly inventory listings from my Buffalo turnkey partner. Okay, so that's all I have to say. So the most important thing is, create a relationship with me. That's first and foremost, right? Otherwise, it's very hard for me to prioritize you guys, right? And most important of all, get your loan pre-approval, as I keep mentioning to you, and contact, my loan agent, uh, Richard Advani, which is right here, right? His contact information. If you want to use your IRA, you can contact Ken Weber from Equity Trust and just show those uh, documentation to me first to show your motivation and seriousness. Okay, so other than that, let me see what else. You can go over the other details of the Buffalo market on your own. Suffice to say, yep, that's pretty much it. Okay, so I look forward to talking to each one of you. This is my number one best real estate market for our network. So many of our investors already purchased, and they're very, very happy, obviously. All right, thank you so much. Look forward to helping you to facilitate and acquire some of these great properties in Buffalo. Thank you so much. This is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network. Have a great day. Goodbye.